So you got people that are looking at you as some sort of homewrecker. This is just perception. That's not actually what you are. You are somebody that is an important connection to everyone that you meet. So everyone that meets you is fated to meet you because there's something that you're supposed to change about them or help them see. And I feel like whatever gender you are, there is three people that are currently interested in you. They like you, they want you, and their partners or the people interested in them may even be actively trying to send black magic your way. They're not actually doing the spells, it's with thoughts. So people are sending you bad thoughts because their partners want you. And you're not even doing anything except being yourself and being happy and content in your own energy. The way that people see you is some sort of angel. People have never seen anybody like you before. You're like the first of your kind, and you're the only person that carries this type of frequency. You're somebody that's balanced within yourself. You've balanced out your yin and yang. You've balanced out your shadow as well. And so you carry a very strong charge. You also have very strong sacral energy. You don't give your energy out easily. You're not out there sleeping around with people. So when you come into the room, people feel heavily magnetically drawn to you and they don't even know why. If you're closely connected to source and you have a connection with the divine, sometimes people confuse that unconditional love that they feel within you from God. They confuse that as like romantic love. So you have certain people that meet you and they fall for you instantly. It doesn't matter if they have a partner or not. Literally, that's irrelevant information. And their partners are fearful. You're like causing fears in people's relationships because they're fearing a breakup, because the people that are interested in you miss you. They want to be around you. When they're not around you, they're thinking about you. When they're not thinking about you, they're energetically trying to tether to you to like feel you energetically. Some of you guys are so strong spiritually, you can form a telepathic connection with everyone that you meet. So you know you're attractive. You know you're attractive. Everybody knows you're attractive. And sometimes people cannot help but to fall for you. Why? Because you make people realize that the people that they're with, they're incompatible. So they meet you, right? They fall in love with you. They see every aspect of you. They get to know who you are on a more personal level. And then you make people realize, like, I think I'm with the wrong person, or I think the relationship that I'm in is not compatible for me. But they don't realize that until they meet you. So sometimes you have to meet somebody that's on a similar vibration or on a higher vibe for you to see, like, okay, this isn't making me happy. So unfortunately, that role gets placed on you where people think like, okay, well, the viewer's a homewrecker because ever since my partner met the viewer, they don't want to be with me anymore. And so they sometimes like skew the perception of you, and you make people realize that they need to stop dealing with people based off of potential, because then they're going to be disappointed. And they see how you are. You might be single, not in a relationship, independent, very sovereign. Even if you are in a relationship, it kind of gives off the vibe of like you're single, just because of how independent and to yourself you are, and how you strictly don't need anybody but yourself. And people know this. Some people even think you're their twin flame. Some people meet you and they feel like, oh, the viewer is my twin flame. Like, I know I'm in a 10-year relationship with somebody, but this new person that I just met is making me reconsider my entire life. So you have a very destructive effect on people's lives because they realize just how much they've been stuck. They realize how they've been settling. They realize how their situations are incompatible. They realize how they're dealing with people based off of potential. And it's like something about the frequency and the charge that you carry changes people. It changes even their taste in people. It changes the kind of relationships that they want to be in. And some of these people want to commit to you. That's the thing. When people meet you, especially at a group setting, sometimes people end up fighting over you. Like, who's going to get him or her first? Who's going to get the viewer to fold? Who's going to get a hold of this divine being? Like, who's going to be able to like tie them down? So behind the scenes, in the undercurrent, there's some sort of like competitive vibe that you bring into situations, especially group dynamics. And so that's why people don't like inviting you out places, because they feel like you're going to steal their woman or their man. That's really what it is. And you're not even trying hard. Can you imagine if you were? You're not even trying. You're just existing, and you're causing this much chaos in people's lives without even really engaging with them. So some people even consider cheating, lying, being deceitful, wanting to juggle you with whoever they're with, or just being deceitful in general. But that's not your problem. Just because your presence is powerful, that does not mean you control other people's actions. Other people have control and dominion over themselves. And so sometimes when it comes to people's partners, they automatically hate you, have a problem with you, put themselves in competition with you, and you're not even doing anything. Why? Because you trigger healing in situations. You trigger healing in people. And once people start healing, they don't vibe the same way that they used to. Also, people are understanding that a lot of the people that they chase after has to do with parental influence. Sometimes people want their partners because it's good for them, or their parents want that, or like there's always some sort of influence there. And I also feel like when it comes to you, people have a huge misunderstanding when it comes to you. Just because you're handsome or pretty, and let me just tell you, you're a 10 altogether. Not just by looks, by physically, your energy, your heart, you are a 10 all the way around. So you become naturally tempting to people around you. They can't help it. Like, have you seen yourself? Obviously, that's why they're acting like that. And so with this pick me energy, sometimes like people will be in competitiveness just so they can like get your heart or get you to fall for them. And with pick me energy, they're realizing these people that like you attract, they realize that they end up with pick-me's. They're like, I don't want someone like that. I want someone like the viewer, who's sovereign, who doesn't need me, who isn't even paying attention to me, who is independent on their own, happy, joyful, doing their own thing. And here's the thing, you just form friendships. You form sincere friendships with people, and it like gets all muddled up. Like their emotions get into it, and then they start falling for you, and then it's not just friends anymore. So here you are thinking, oh, I'm a friend to this person, but the whole entire time they're like secretly in love with you, and their relationship behind the scenes is falling apart. And so their partners start to blame whatever's going on in their relationships on you. So you get projected on more than you realize. You are not a homewrecker. You do not pursue people and connections. You are single, mind your own business. And if you are in a relationship, you are still minding your own business. It is not your fault that you have this energy that's just different, that most people have not encountered, that most people fall for. And that's the misunderstanding, is that people try to put that onto you like you did something. And that's the thing. You make people realize that they can't match your energy or reciprocate it. You make people in relationships realize that their needs are not being met. Why? Because you naturally meet their needs without even trying. You're not even trying. You're not even putting any effort. And all of a sudden they're fulfilled. And so yeah, people end up juggling you with their partners. They're thinking about you and thinking about the people that they're sleeping next to at night. Why is that your fault? Like that has nothing to do with you. And so people sometimes like betray you and hurt you and leave you out in the cold and not invite you places and like have group get-togethers and leave you out. It's because your energy, I kid you not, your energy causes problems, and you don't even have to open your mouth. And you don't even have to take a leap of faith or risk. Imagine if you were somebody who was fast with your energy. Imagine how much destruction you could really cause if you just sticking to yourself and not even saying anything is already disrupting 3 people's relationships, or making their lovers look at you like some homewrecker and you're not even doing anything. And that's the thing. You already know this about yourself. You know who you are. You know your power. You know your sacral energy. You know how you can get people hooked without even trying, but you don't use that. It's like people like look at you as like some sort of villain, like you're trying to get their partners to fall for you, or you're trying to seduce people, and you're not even doing anything. You're just loved. It's not your fault you're loved. It's not your fault that you're the best thing that's ever happened to these people. It's not your fault that you can bring emotional fulfillment into people without even trying. And with drink more water, some of you need to drink more water. Or it's just saying like a lot of these people are just thirsty for you. That's not your fault. That's literally the frequency that God created you with, so that you can cause disruptions and people that keep staying in situations that are not working. So if they do break up after meeting you, what the freak does that have to do with you? You're not doing anything. You're the fated meeting in people's lives. And sometimes it comes in without them even expecting it. But what comes from that has nothing to do with you. You're focused on yourself.